Alright, the Reinforced Update 2.6 is out now on October 4th. As discussed on the last news video, which I'll link above in the card and in the description, this update comes with many new things to play with, so let's just hop right into the news. Chivalry 2 has now been added to Xbox Game Pass as of today on October 4th. This was very much needed as the player count was honestly quite low, but making this move also takes away options from Torn Banner. Now that the game's released on all platforms, had a free weekend, and even released on Game Pass, there's very few people who haven't had the opportunity to play the game. The game has over 2 million sales, so there needs to be a paradigm shift from increasing sales to improving player retention. Chivalry 2 now celebrates the 10th anniversary of Chivalry Medieval Warfare in the form of a new purchasable edition of Chivalry 2 that includes 2 unique armor sets, 1,000 crowns, 5,000 gold, 2 unique shield skins, and a unique novelty. The 2 armor skins are actually the skins used by the VIPs in the original Chivalry, and they look really nice. Hippodrome, a new free-for-all and TDM map, is here. It's okay. Honestly, it feels like it is, a clever utilization of the assets made for the Tenosian maps. Katar have finally made their way into the game, and they're incredibly fun. Unfortunately, they're severely underpowered. While they are quite formidable in a duel, their lack of range, inability to flinch, inability to pair it with throwing knives, and overall pitiful damage keep it down at the moment. My guess is that the Katar were released purposefully undertuned so we could call to buff it later and they'll oblige, but I can only hope. Big changes have been made to Tenosia. 2 new armor sets make their way to the faction, and the current armor sets have actually been removed from the Footman and Vanguard. So currently each class has a single Tenosian armor which is unique to them. This is honestly an amazing change and I'm all for it. When I suggested this, I didn't think they'd actually do it, taking away armor from players, but hey, I'm all for it. Also, the new armor looks really cool. There is a new queue added to the homepage in the form of the Mounted Warfare queue, which includes any and all maps that happen to include horses. This seems unnecessary to me as the 40-player queue has all of these maps anyway, and this new queue only serves to take some of those players, but whatever. The Tenosian maps have been added to the 64-player queue at the expense of horses, so for all of you who enjoy Tenosia but wanted 64 players, here it is. Matchmaking servers have been changed in that team swapping has been nerfed. Now, you won't be able to switch teams unless the opposing team has significantly less players. There are more specifics than that, but it's too much to mention here. Thankfully, these changes do not affect server browser servers. The Highland Sword, Spear, One-Handed Spear, Javelins, and Lance have all been nerfed to varying degrees. The real big nerf is for the Highlander, in the form of a massive damage decrease. Here's the details. The Pavise has increased in size and has an overall altered shape. Why? Who knows? I'm not complaining. Dodges have been changed in that you can no longer dodge during the late stages of a counter's windup. Dodging during the windup to a counter now behaves similarly to dodging during heavy attacks. I'll have to do some testing another time, but for the time being, consider all things dodge as an outdated video. Halloween returns. You can now wear a pumpkin on your head or throw them at your enemies. Desert, Dark Forest, Rudhelm, and Wardenglade are all decorated to the spooky season and will stay like that from October 18th to November 1st. There was honestly even more changes than everything I just mentioned here, but I'm straight up not willing to go over the rest because I didn't deem it necessary. I'll link the full changelog in the description if you're interested. Let me know what you guys think about this update below, and have a great day.